What's up, guys? It's Bobby with Spitting the Truth About Records, coming at you with another 90s video about 90s best rock records that I owned. Gonna have to go quick because I got a lot of them. Started off with Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. This is a great record. You Ought to Know was one of the biggest hits off it. All I Really Want, Hand in My Pocket. It's a great record. Now, next up, Nirvana, Nevermind. You could put their whole catalog on it besides Bleach, and that would get you started. In Utero, Unplugged in New York. You throw in Incesticide if you want, but that's more like a comp album, so I'm not going to put that in there. Nirvana. Our Lady Peace. Their big hit off that was Superman's Dead. They just reissued this one, I believe. It comes on neat little white vinyl. Worth picking up if you like 90s rock. No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom. Fabulous album. Gwen Stefani. Spiderwebs, Excuse Me Mister, Just a Girl, Happy Now, Different People, Sunday Morning, Spiderwebs. Great record, guys. No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom. Next up, 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. This album is awesome. A little bit avant-garde, a little bit weird, but worth checking out, you guys. Downward Spiral. Weezer. Everyone's probably familiar with their self-titled album. If not, it's worth checking out. Rick Ocasek from The Cars produced most of their stuff in the 90s. This is a good record. I think this is the DMM version. Weezer's self-titled. Now, these guys were a little bit on the chick rock side of things, but Vertical Horizon, they weren't too bad. You know, You're a God was on this, Everything You Want. This is Music on Vinyls. Released it in a clear vinyl. Nice record, quiet, not a clicker pop anywhere. Sounds actually pretty good for a digitally cut record, but I think the master on this is digital anyways. But who cares? It's a good sounding record. But the problem is with this one, I think they've gone out of print, and I think now they're starting to rise up to ridiculous prices, which is unfortunate, but such is life, guys. Sublime, 40 Ounces to Freedom. This was their album that before they got famous, to start them off. Wonderful album. This was their second album. Starts off with Garden Grove, What I Got, Wrong Way, April 29th, 1992. These two records are worth getting, guys. Couple up from this band, Stone Temple Pilots, Purple. Now, this I believe is, this is the Music on Vinyl version. Out of all the versions I have, this record was not the greatest audiophile record, but the Music on Vinyl version is the one that sounds the best. It comes with, they have the pictures of the master tapes and everything in this thing. The problem is they did have the master tapes, but they, transferred them to digital and then cut from that. But besides that, doesn't matter. This is the best this album sounds on vinyl. Stone Temple Pilots, Purple. Stone Temple Pilots, Core. Another great 90s rock record. Has Creep on it. Plush, that was their big hit. Dead and Bloated, everybody knows that song. And even if you don't think you know it, you hear the first 5 seconds of it, you guys know it. Stone Temple Pilots, Core. Here's another one from them from Music on Vinyl. Stone Temple Pilots number 4. This one has Sour Girl on it. This one has No Way Out. Atlanta is another big hit off this thing. And I Got You. Great record from Stone Temple Pilots, number 4. Not even halfway through here, guys. Soundgardens. Badmotorfinger. These are great record by Soundgarden, but the mastering quality on these reissues, the Soundgarden reissues, aren't the best of quality. They also did the other Soundgarden that has Black Hole Sun on it, Super Unknown, but that one's spotty on their quality too. That's why I don't have that one. But Soundgarden and Soundgarden Super Unknown are worth picking up just to listen to the album. Silverchair's Frog Stomp. Great record. I think when this album came out, these guys were like 14 or 15. Israel's Son, Tomorrow was their big hit. Pure Massacre, Suicidal Dream, Madman. This is Music on Vinyl's version on that. I think they issued this one in, let's see. Yep. They issued it in a lime green vinyl. Music on Vinyl. Quiet, perfect pressing. When you spend your money on a Music on Vinyl record, you know it's going to sound quiet. And you know the mastering is going to be decent. But also, another thing that a lot of people do too is they have these, my camera sucks guys, I'm sorry. But they have these little etched, there's one side that's has grooves, and this is the side that just has like a drawing on it. A little etching. But Silverchair's Frog Stomp. Music on Vinyl did a nice job on that. The reissue, the cover is great. High quality jacket. It's worth checking out, guys. Silverchair, Frog Stomp. Radiohead. OK Computer. This album is internet famous. This album was famous before. I mean, when MTV came out with all the videos and stuff, it just made a lot of people go, whoa, because their videos were freaking weird. But, you know, Carmel Police, Paranoid Android, Subterranean Homesick Alien. This is an album that's good from start to finish. Worth checking out, guys. Radiohead's OK Computer. Another Radiohead album. Not my favorite of them, but since it has Creep on it, I had to get it. Pablo Honey. Another band who started off great in the 90s. They started off with their record Science, which I don't have, but this one is Make Yourself. This has hits like Pardon Me, Drive, let's see what else they have on this. Consequence, When It Comes. Yeah, those were the basic hits off this, but this is great album. I saw these guys live and they kicked ass. Incubus, Make Yourself. Another record by Incubus, Morning View. Nice to Know You was the hit off this one. Wish You Were Here. Mexico, Are You In? Another great record. If you're not a 90s rock fan, check out Incubus. They were a great band. Towards the early 2000s and stuff, in my opinion, they fell off. Some people still love the work they did. Me personally, I think they did their best work in the early 90s. Early to late. Coming up next for 90s rock records. Wouldn't be complete without these boys. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and Use Your Illusion 2. Not much needs to be said about these records, guys. They're awesome. Another 90s records that's pretty damn cool. Extreme. Porno Graffiti. They had a lot of ballads that made them famous. More Than Words was their big one, but they also had some good rock songs on this. Wholehearted was a favorite track of mine on this one. This is also Music on Vinyl record version of it that actually has Wholehearted on it, because on the original pressing that I have on Extreme's Porno Graffiti, they don't have Wholehearted on the original. Good thing Music on Vinyl reissued it and added it. Okay, guys, moving on. Garbage, self-titled. Great album. Stupid Girl, Only Happy When It Rains. Shirley Manson knew what she was doing in the 90s, guys. This one is a fabulous album and you guys should pick it up. Garbage, self-titled. And how could I forget about this girl? Oh, I had a thing for her in the 90s, guys, let me tell you. Bjork's debut. Don't know how to describe this. Don't know if I was going to put it in rock or whether it's techno, but I just had to put it in it because I love her. Every album she puts out, I think, is very interesting. Hits off this were Human Behavior. And the video to that, you guys should check out. Bjork's debut. Also, another female artist. Tori Amos is Under the Pink. Fabulous album. This is the current one, has to be mastered by Miles Showell at Abbey Road. This one's pretty decent. Her big hit off this album was God. Great album. Tori Amos is Under the Pink. Okay. Flaming Lips. Transmissions from the Satellite Heart. This had their big hit, She Don't Use Jelly. Flaming Lips fans, this one's worth picking up. Foo Fighters. This is what the first record that Dave Grohl put out after Kurt Cobain's suicide. I'll Stick Around was the first hit that came off this record, and that's what turned a lot of people onto this. But, I mean, there's a lot of other good songs on this. Foo Fighters. Next up, the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? This is the Analog Spark version, and I have nothing but good things to say about this because they did a phenomenal job on this one. Linger was the big hit off this. Wanted, Still Can't, I Will Always. This whole record's good, and Analog Spark did a wonderful job on reissuing it on quiet vinyl. Great mastering. Pick this one up, guys, if it's still in print. I was wondering whether I should put these guys in there because they're a little bit overblown. If you were around in the 90s, you know about these guys. Dave Matthews Band, Crash. I mean, solid album, but I would tend to get, annoyed by all the guys in the white college hats that would go to the Dave Matthews concerts that were around during the late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, Dave Matthews toured everywhere, and that's all anybody would talk about in college was Dave Matthews Band. But anyways, solid album, worth picking up. Crash. Now, Bush, Gavin Rossdale, 16 Stone. This another great album. Everything's In was a big hit. Come Down, Machine Head. But one of my favorite tracks on this album was Testosterone. That one still cracks me up to this day. This was reissued a couple years ago. They have it on clear vinyl. Neat. Not bad sounding. It's probably not all analog cut, but it's a cool album to have. Bush, 16 Stone. Another Bush album coming at you. Razorblade Suitcase. Swallowed was the big hit off this one. This is the pink vinyl version, and I think you can still get it in the record stores today. 90s alternative rock fan? Pick it up. Bush, Razorblade Suitcase. Now, I put her in her. I don't know why, but she had a lot of good albums in the 90s. I like them anyways. Fiona Apple's When the Pond. This album I wore out. I mean, you started from the beginning and every song on it is good. It's a little depressing, but at the same time, it's still a great record. The first single off this was Fast As You Can. And that's what turned most people onto it. But this is a good record, and I think Vinyl Me Please did an okay job with it. I would have liked them to use the original tapes, but Ian Shefchik decided otherwise. Fiona Apple's Won the Pond. Another Fiona Apple's record. And Title. This was her first album that came out that had Sleep to Dream on it. Criminal. Another Vinyl Me Please version. At 45 RPMs, this one sounds okay. Does not sound better than the CD, but nonetheless, it was cool to pick up. Fiona Apple's Title. This is a solid album, guys. Slow Like Honey, Never Is a Promise, Pale September, Carry On, Shadowboxer, Sullen Girl. Every song on this record is cool, but it's more mellow, kind of depressing. Check it out. Fiona Apple's Title. Crash Test Dummies, God Shuffled His Feet. Had to put it in here, guys, because it was a staple in the 90s. And it made me laugh. Was the big hit off this record. Yeah, that's the name of the song. But still worth picking up. Crash Test Dummies. And Alice in Chains. You could put anything from Alice in Chains in the 90s records. They're all great. But this is the unplugged version I have from them, from Music on Vinyl, by the way. Music on Vinyl did a great job on it. Lane Staley was a beast, man. Great singer. You could hear the pain and torture in his voice. Jerry Cantrell, good guitar player, good band leader. Alice in Chains. Now, guys, sorry this video went a little long, but I had a lot of records to cover. If you guys think that I missed any or whatever, let me know in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. All right? This is Bobby, and I'm out.